Your life as a silver coin. From Judas's hand to the fall of an empire. Stage 1 to 9. Level 1. The furnace. You are born in fire. Molten silver pours into a mold inside a Roman mint. The air smells of smoke and hot metal. Hammers ring like iron bells of authority. An imperial seal is pressed into your skin. The face of Caesar staring outward, cold and eternal. Your currency. Power in the palm of a hand. You don't know yet that you will purchase betrayal. You are stacked with others. 30 of you. Identical, clean, untouched. But destiny has already counted you. Level 2. The Temple Shadows. You move from soldier to merchant to priest. Sandaled feet shuffle across limestone floors. Incense burns thick in the air of the temple. Whispers echo beneath high ceilings. You're counted carefully by robed hands. 30 pieces. The price has been agreed upon. The man who receives you trembles. His name is Judas. His fingers are warm, slightly damp. He doesn't look at you. He looks at the ground. His breath is shallow. You feel the weight of decision in his grip. This is the moment the world tilts. Blood in, blood out. There's no returning you now. Level 3. The Kiss Night Air. Olive trees. Torches crackle. You jingle softly in a pouch as Judas walks toward a man who does not resist. The kiss is placed on a cheek. You hear armor shifting, the clink of Roman steel, the tension of drawn breath. You are the sound of betrayal. You are the cost of prophecy fulfilled. Hours later, Judas holds you again, this time with horror. You feel his regret pulse through his shaking hands. He throws you across the temple floor. Silver scatters like broken conscience. You roll, spinning, until you stop beneath the gaze of priests who refuse to touch blood money. But they will use you. Level 4. The Potter's Field. You are declared unclean, not worthy of treasury, so they buy land with you. A field for strangers, a burial ground for the forgotten. Dirt is turned, contracts are sealed. You have moved from betrayal to bureaucracy. You fund silence, but stories do not die in soil. They spread. Level 5. The Whispering Centuries empires shift. Rome falls, Constantinople rises. Bishops argue doctrine in candlelit chambers. You pass from relic collector to bishop to nobleman. You become a story. Perhaps, they whisper, this was one of the 30. You are no longer just silver. You are symbol. Kings fight wars over symbols. Pilgrims travel miles to see what they believe you represent. Faith mixed with power is more explosive than any sword. Level 6. The Crusader's Pouch. Chainmail clinks. You're carried across deserts during the Crusades. The air smells of sweat, iron, and dust. Men shout Deus Vult as they charge. You pay for bread, for weapons, for indulgences. Blood spills again. Not yours, but because of what you symbolize. You realize something. It was never about you. It was always about what humans are willing to trade for power. Even God. Level 7. The Vatican vault centuries later, you rest in a velvet-lined drawer beneath the gaze of Renaissance frescoes. Scholars examine you with white gloves. Latin murmurs fill the chamber. Authentic, legendary, forgery. It doesn't matter. You have influence. Art is commissioned. Cathedrals built. Armies blessed. Your journey has climbed from one man's betrayal to institutional authority spanning continents. Level by level, there is no escape from momentum. Level 8. The Reformation Fire. A monk named Martin Luther questions indulgences. Printing presses thunder across Europe. You are displayed as proof of corruption. Whether real or symbolic no longer matters. Crowds burn effigies. Kings defy popes. You are no longer currency. You are accusation. The empire fractures. Level 9. The Museum. Glass. Now you sit behind glass, climate-controlled, sterile, silent. Tourists shuffle past in sneakers and headphones. Children press fingerprints against the barrier. A plaque reads, Silver Coin, 1st century. Some believe you changed history. Some believe you are just metal. But you know the truth. You were never powerful alone. You were simply placed into the hands of men who believed power could be purchased. And once the transaction began, there was no turning back. Ending reflection. You started as molten silver. You became betrayal, land, legend, war, division. Empires rise and fall, but greed, faith, and ambition still trade in the same currency. The cycle never ends, and somewhere, Another coin is being minted. POV, you are a secret gospel. From desert scroll to suppressed scripture. Level 1, the desert ink. You are written in hiding. Ink scratches across papyrus in a cave near the Dead Sea. The air smells of dust and oil lamps. The hand that writes you trembles, not from fear, but urgency. Your words differ slightly, subtle, dangerous. You speak of mysteries, of hidden teachings. You are not meant for Rome. You are meant for those who seek deeper truth. Already, you are forbidden. Level 2, the circle of believers. You are read in secret gatherings. Flickering candlelight illuminates faces hungry for meaning. They whisper your passages, memorize them. Outside, Roman soldiers patrol. Inside, belief grows. You are hope, but also risk. To own you is to risk death. Blood in, blood out. There's no casual faith here. Level 3, the bishop's decision. Centuries pass. Christianity is legalized under Constantine. Councils convene. Nicaea, Carthage. Bishops debate canon. Which texts are divine? Which are heresy? You are examined. Your theology is dangerous, too mystical, too independent. If people read you, they may not need hierarchy. And hierarchy is power. You are excluded. Level 4, the condemnation. An edict is issued. Non-canonical texts must be destroyed. You are hidden in a jar, buried beneath sand. The earth presses against you. The silence becomes your prison, but silence preserves. Level 5, the Crusader's torch. Centuries later, zealots burn libraries. Knowledge reduced to ash in the name of purity. You remain underground, forgotten by men, protected by accident. Empires collapse above you. You wait. Level 6, the archaeologist's brush Nag Hammadi. A farmer strikes a jar while digging. Light touches you again. Dust rises in golden clouds. Hands tremble as fragments are unfolded. Scholars whisper, Gnostic. You're controversial once more. The smell of old papyrus fills the air. Dry, ancient, stubborn. You survive suppression. Level 7, the Vatican response. Theological debates reignite. Is your discovery a threat? A footnote? A curiosity? Articles are written. Panels convened. You challenge established narrative, and institutions do not like being challenged. But the age of information cannot bury you again. Level 8, the digital age. You are scanned, uploaded, shared instantly across continents. No council can erase pixels. No empire can burn servers fast enough. Teenagers read you at 2 a.m. on glowing screens. You are no longer hidden, you are viral. Level 9, the internal reckoning. But here is the twist. You were never truly about doctrine. You were about hunger, the human need to question, to seek, to doubt. Some read you and lose faith. Some read you and deepen it. You don't control interpretation. You only exist. Ending reflection. You began as ink in a cave. You became heresy. You became buried truth. You became rediscovered controversy. Power tried to erase you, but ideas are harder to kill than men. And once a question enters the human mind, there is no turning back. Somewhere right now, another forbidden text is being written, and history is preparing to repeat itself.